Now, don't come asking questions when you want to answer the questions that you asked. Because some people, they actually don't want to ask you questions.
Yeah.
They come with answers.
Yeah.
So they ask you a question, you answer the way they didn't want to, and they correct you. Why did you ask me the question in the first place? You actually had no intention of listening to me or hearing my answer. You were asking a question to win an argument.
Right.
When you establish the goal before you show up, you will effectively and empathetically deal with what you're trying to do.
Right. Hi everyone, welcome to Actualize Talks. My name is Gloria Juguna. I'll be your host for today. In studio today we have Dr. C. Welcome,
Hey,
Dr. C.
how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
As always, ready for the question or
Are
topic.
you sure you're ready?
I'm not sure if I'm ready, but I am blessed, and let's see what happens.
Okay,
All
awesome.
right,
Thank you
all
so much for clicking on this video. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe to our channel.
Yes.
We're so honored to have you here. So, Dr. C,
Yes.
our topic for today is how to navigate conflicts.
How to navigate conflicts.
You teaching us on
Yeah.
how to navigate conflicts,
Wow,
right?
that is a good topic.
Yeah.
That's a great topic.
Awesome.
I
Do you
like.
mind if I ask you a question real quick?
Sure, let's go ahead.
Or did you want to give a definition of conflicts first?
When you say navigating conflicts,
Okay.
I like the way you phrased it.
Okay.
And the reason why I like how you phrased it is because it does not put the assumption where a lot of people ask the question, how do I avoid conflicts?
Conflicts. Yes.
So I like it because
Yeah.
it's not about avoiding,
Correct.
it's about how to navigate.
Yes.
All right, go
Yeah.
ahead.
Okay.
Mhm.
So, first question.
All right.
All right. What is the root cause as to why we find conflict in people?
I like how you said it. All right. I like how you said it because you said, how do we find
Yeah.
conflict in people?
Yeah. Like how? Yeah. The root
Okay.
cause. Yes.
Here's the root cause.
Okay.
You know what the root cause is? Root cause is people.
Hi. The question answered itself.
Yes. The root cause of conflict
Yeah.
is people.
Okay.
The moment you have more than one person or more than one being
Right.
in a space, you create conflict.
Okay.
In fact, some would even go to the micro level and say the very fact that you are a created being and a created being with a high capacity of thought, you can also create conflict within yourself.
Ooh.
So,
Okay.
in that sense,
Right.
conflict is part of being human.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay? It is how we navigate living in the terrestrial, in the earth, in our bodies.
Yes.
We go through conflict.
Right.
Think about the conflicts you had as your body was growing as a young person.
Yeah.
There's some people go through conflict in their pain of growth.
Yeah.
Think about the conflict you had. I have small babies, right? We have
Yeah.
small babies. You can see the conflict they have sometimes trying to coordinate a spoon to their mouth, right? Because they're having conflict, because they're trying to figure out, how does this thing get to my mouth?
It's true.
So they can have temper
flustered,
tantrum. They can get angry just
Yeah.
because there's that conflict.
Yes.
There's the conflict when you become a teenager and you're trying to understand yourself and your
Yeah.
puberty and maturity.
Yeah.
There's conflict. So life is about continuous conflicts that occur.
Okay.
Now that's just within oneself.
Yeah.
So imagine when you bring more than one human together.
Ooh.
So to answer your question in a
Okay.
very long way, conflict is always going to be there because it's part of the human being experience.
Yeah.
And when you realize that, you can relax because you realize storms are also part of the natural cycle of weather.
True.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I hope I answered the question.
You did.
Okay.
No, you did. You
Okay.
did. Okay. So how can I remain objective and empathetic in the conflict?
Wow. That is a very mature question.
PhD level.
PhD level question. How can I be mature
Yeah. How can I remain objective
and objective
and empathetic in the conflict?
Now, empathy is the understanding or the attempt to put oneself in a situation of trying to understand another person's hurt.
Correct.
Or conflict. So, empathy. Objective is a space in which you move away from the subjectivity of your thoughts or your particular effects to a conflict to the general understanding of the conflict and why it happened.
Yeah.
Okay. So in that regard, I would say, because I said storms will always happen as a natural life cycle.
Yeah.
What do planes do?
Turbulence?
When they can get turbulence, right?
Oh yeah.
But if you want to avoid some of it, you go to a higher realm.
Oh yeah. Higher altitude.
There you go.
Okay.
If you want to be objective, you must go above the storm.
Right.
You must look at the storm from a higher vantage point to say, okay, let me go to a high. Okay, I like what one person said. I was listening to a gentleman, a minister of the gospel called Pastor Chris Oyakilome of Nigeria,
Right.
a father of faith. He said, if you're having conflict and it is beginning to affect you, right?
Right.
You have a conflict with somebody, it's beginning to affect you to the point that you're not going to work on time, or if you get to work, the moment you see them, you begin to pack your stuff real quick and you want to go home. You cannot think when you're at work.
Yeah.
They show up, you start hearing their voice, you are so conflicted.
Correct.
It's affecting everything around you, including your private life. Now, if you get to a higher plane, you will look at the cost of the conflict upon yourself.
Yeah.
And even go to that person and say, you know what, I'm sorry about this happened. I didn't like how this happened, so my apology. Now, they're the one who caused the injury.
Yes.
But you've realized that this conflict is affecting your life. But the problem with us is we want to stay in the conflict until they apologize.
Right.
Until
sometimes it won't come.
It won't come.
Yeah.
And the best thing you can learn is some apologies will not happen. And your choice is how is the most effective way to reconcile with that person.
Yes.
If you're going to be in the same space with that person.
It's true.
All right. So sometimes you cannot leave the space, right? Sometimes you can leave, but think about it this way also. What will be the cost of you leaving that space?
True.
So I would say, first of all, try to look at it from what happened here. So here, empathy can be actually in a very interesting way. Somebody can injure you, and you can take yourself to a higher place
Yeah.
to understand what their psychology is that causes them to behave that way.
Okay.
When that happens, you can be more empathetic about them, because you can say, such a poor person.
Right.
They didn't change. They have not adopted, but you look at them and you say, wow,
Yeah.
they are missing out on having a relationship with me.
Right.
And then, so that is going to an empathetic space, and then going to an objective space of, you know what? This person is just a human being.
Yeah.
They are messed up. Their background may be messed up. Their life may be messed up. Their culture may be messed up. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to rise above this thing.
Yeah.
And I'm going to win.
Correct.
Either this person over, or I'm going to win my environment.
Yeah.
But they will never be a part of affecting my peace anymore.
Okay.
And at the point that you are unable to do that, then it's time to move away. Yeah.
Okay. Hope you're learning, guys, because I am in class right now.
Oh, man. We're all learning together.
Right. So, how can I communicate effectively
Yeah.
and assertively in the conflict?
How can I communicate effectively and assertively?
Yeah.
All right. This is a challenging one, right?
Yeah.
Because we want to be assertive in a conflict, and we're usually trained, especially in today's world, to be assertive.
Yeah.
Speak for yourself.
Right.
But there is a shouting and there is assertiveness. Most people think assertive means shouting.
Shouting.
You can be assertive in a very quiet, soft voice.
Yeah.
Assertive doesn't need you to raise your voice and to shout. That's not what assertiveness.
True.
You can have a shouting match.
Mm.
There's a lot of people who debate these days online and stuff like that. But only thing they're doing, they're not winning the people. They're just winning an argument, a debate.
Yeah.
Oh, 50% of the people do this, so you are wrong. And and then everybody on their side goes like, yay. But guess what? They just walked away. You didn't win them, and you didn't really win the person, and you just
True.
you won an argument. If that was your objective, then you got that.
Yeah.
Right? But then again, you think about the bigger picture, which I'm assuming, and my context is you are trying to create a positive peace space, not a negative peace space.
Yeah.
So in that regard, my assumption is you're trying to win and create an environment to be proper. So in that way, effectively is you communicate in a way that you are looking at how can I make this person understand my point. So you have to do a couple of things.
Yeah.
Do you assume this person is recoverable?
Right.
If that person is recoverable, then you need to begin to ask critical questions, not critical statements.
Yeah.
One, why did you speak that way?
Right.
Why do you think this goes this way? Now, don't come asking questions when you want to answer the questions that you asked. Because some people, they actually don't want to ask you questions.
Yeah.
They come with answers.
Yeah.
So they ask you a question, you answer the way they didn't want to, and they correct you. Why did you ask me the question in the first place? You actually had no intention of listening to me or hearing my answer. You were asking a question to win an argument.
Right.
And what happens? You ineffectively lead yourself to greater conflict.
Okay.
So if you want to effectively, you must establish, and okay, let me make it easy because I'm rambling a lot in this.
No problem.
Establish your goals. That's what I mean.
Okay.
What is the goal of that discussion you want to bring up?
Okay.
Be honest with yourself. If you just want to win an argument, why are you even going to talk with a person you're already in disagreement with? If you know in the first place they're not in the same view of you.
Right. Right.
Establish the goal. If it's a debate, then be honest and go and tell the person you want to debate. If you want to reconcile, then go there with the assumption that you're not going to get 100% of everything.
Right. That's true.
Right?
Yeah.
And if you want to win somebody and not the argument, then be willing to fall on the cross.
Literally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So establish what is the goal.
Right.
When you establish the goal before you show up,
Yeah.
you will effectively and empathetically deal with what you're trying to do.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. All right. So, last question.
All right.
Okay. So, how can I learn from past conflicts and improve my approach?
That is profoundly a very, very way. I mean, your questions are answers. All right. I'm just learning from
It's
the
a
questions.
discussion, yeah.
When you're establishing the goal I just mentioned,
Yeah.
look at how things have worked out for you in the past.
Like evaluate
Evaluate.
the outcome of the conflict. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
In every conflict, have you lost friends? Have you hurt people?
Right.
Have people ran over you? Or have you been too agreeable with their views so that you always take other people's views and never have yours?
Right.
Are you just a yes, 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 but yes, and you just end up with yeses? Or are you a person who is always conflictual to the point that nobody wants to actually engage with you in a talk? So you think people agree with you, but the truth is they don't actually want to talk with you.
Right.
So they actually are avoiding you.
Yeah.
So when you look at the past, figure out, what are you? Are you a person, when you get to conflict, you puff up in order to have your way? So you force people because they're uncomfortable. You're trying to make people uncomfortable.
Right.
Are you a shouter? Are you an avoider?
Right.
You know, an ostrich burying your head? So look in the past, look at who you are,
Yeah.
look at your goals that you're trying to establish. Then you can now create your approach.
Yeah.
Right? So if I'm a person who doesn't engage well, I need to maybe write down everything down, then come in, open it, and say, okay, I want to talk to you about a few things.
Right.
And I have 4 points I want to talk to you about. Now the person understands the goal is you have 4 contentious issues you want to discuss with them.
Yeah.
The reason why you wrote them down for yourself is because you need those 4 issues to be dealt with.
Right.
But you also know that you get flustered. You kind of like to hold back. On the other hand, if you know you're a person who's contentious or somebody who always puffs up and you're always breaking relationships in rank, then what you need to do is write down your goals.
Right.
Which are, I'm going to listen, I'm not going to speak, and I'm not going to respond immediately.
Take time to think about it.
There you go.
Yeah.
So figure out who you are, establish your goals, and then come up with a plan.
Wow.
The goal is not to win the argument.
It's true. Goal is not to win the argument.
It's to win the person.
It's to win the person. Wow. Put that on a t-shirt. Ha!
Yeah.
Good job. I like that. Thank you so much, Dr. C, for talking to us about conflicts and how to resolve, or rather even how to navigate, that's the word, navigate conflicts. Thank you so much for clicking on our video for today. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking. Thank you for commenting. And also thank you for sharing our video for today. And with that, Dr. C, it's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
Yes.
Keep actualizing.
Actualizing.
All right.
Welcome to Actualize Talks, your destination for purpose discovery, setting vision goals, and fostering leadership growth.
I'm joined in studio by Dr. Casper. Dr. Casper.
Joining me now in the studio, we have Dr. Casper.